Hi, Ignite. I have a question for you. How well and how often do you actively listen? My definition of actively listening is listening with a purpose. And I had this thought the other day about active listening because I was thinking about all this asking God for what I want and for what I need, and I'm verbally asking it in prayer. But then as soon as I do all my asking, I close that chapter and I go on for my 50 million other things. Even though I've asked for wisdom, discernment, words, vision, to hear his voice even, but yet not at one point in time have I paused to listen for the answers. I then just busy myself with all the things I busy myself with every day, many of which are very important, but here I am asking for all these things, but never do I listen to see if I have some answers. And then I had this other kind of epiphany moment where Melaine was watching her iPad, 6 years old, and she gets very, very zoned in on the iPad. And I tried to get her attention once with no avail. I tried to get her attention twice, didn't work. Third time, I raised my voice and finally she snapped out of it. And in that moment, it dawned on me like, oh my gosh, I'm pretty sure that's me and God. I'm not God, so I don't know. But if I'm him, I'm pretty frustrated because he's like, first of all, you're coming to me asking for all these things, which I love, and I'm trying to give you answers, but you're not listening. You're busying yourself with all these other things. So like I'm screaming these answers at you and I'm giving you everything you're asking for, but you wouldn't know because you're so distracted by everything else and you haven't even taken an opportunity to actively listen. And so that's been a huge revelation for me. And so this is my new experiment, is now I'm pausing at the end of my prayer and I'm trying to actively listen. And the 2 times that I've done it, one, I just started getting all of these people were just popping in my mind, left and right, left and right. So I just started praying for each individual one. The other time, it was just kind of this nice, quiet, still time. Didn't have any revelations out of it, didn't get any answers, but it was just this nice, peaceful time. And so out of that, I'm thinking too, well, this active listening, sometimes it's just nice to not hear anything in this busy, overstimulated world that we live in, where there's always noises, there's information all the time that keeps us spinning, and we wonder why we aren't feeling peace and we're feeling anxious. It's because of all this background noise and us not taking a moment to actively pause, be still, and listen. And I think when we can do that, that's when we'll get answers, we'll get peace, we'll get some comfort, we'll get more joy. And so that's what I would encourage you to do. And join me in this active listening experiment. And then Ignite leader Allie Phillips, Ignite leader in Austin, Allie Phillips, told me that one of her New Year's goals was to begin actively listening to her children. And when she said that, I loved it. It was really ironic because this is what I'm doing, but it broke my heart because I don't do that. I don't stop what I'm doing to actively listen to their little voices, to their stories. I listen, but I'm checking a text message. I'm responding to an email. I do the same to Russell. As it relates to friends, I feel like I'm a pretty good listener, an active listener. But when it comes to my children and Russell, the 3 people who mean the most to me, I don't. And that's embarrassing. It's shameful. So those are my areas of improvement and where I'm going to really start trying to listen more, turning off the radio when I'm driving, turning off the TV when I'm in the house, just trying to tune things out and enjoy the quiet so that I can hear myself and I can be more centered, but so I can also hear God's voice, or maybe hear that bird that's chirping in the background, or just these sweet sounds that I cover up because I've got all the background noise on. So I hope you'll join me in this active listening experiment, and I would love to hear what you have to say about it, because I think this, the more we can share, the more we can learn, and the better off we all are. So good luck, active listening. It's gonna be a tricky thing, but I know we can all do it, and I know we'll benefit from it. Have a great week.